Hello and welcome to Northeastern. We're high above the palatial estate for today's Nightline.
Well, this is our second home, Jerry. Here we are tonight. This is pregame, all right? We got a game tonight with Randolph Southern's coming into town. So we thought we'd kind of take our show on the road, even though we just went across the parking lot. So
well, we've been in different spots all year. We were in the hallway. We've been in the recording studios. We've been at Mike's house. I mean, we've been everywhere this year. So we thought hey, we're all set up here, so let's just do it.
Yeah, let's do it. So here we are, Nightline. You know, we're looking forward to. We got a lot of stuff to cover.
We got a lot to go, so let's get rolling.
Go ahead.
Girls basketball. Last night, big win. Senior night.
Big win. I'm going to tell you what, the place was electric. We had
crazy.
A nice sized crowd here for senior night, honoring Jill Berger and Anna Day. And it was a lot of fun. It was a very exciting night, and the night just came out, started quickly. Anna Day, probably the first 6-8 points,
yep.
And they didn't stop, and they just carried it on, won by about 40 or so. And that's a good game for them to get into sectionals, because sectionals are coming up. So congratulations to our senior girls, and the cheer block, Jerry. We're going to talk about the cheer block later. But they were absolutely into this game right from the get-go, and it was fabulous.
Well, it was something else to see, the kids take an initiative to do things.
Yeah.
I mean, it was quite funny. Like I said, they just want to be Jerry and Rick. That's all they want to be. But it took 4 of them to do it.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that a little bit later, because we're going to have a section here on the cheer block. But just know that the crowd was into it. The place was as electric. I don't think I've seen for a girls' basketball game that much anticipation and that much electricity in the air since the sectional 2 years ago.
Yep.
Final that was right here at Northeastern.
Oh, yes.
Between Shenandoah and Northeastern.
And
so
speaking of Shenandoah, a little segue here.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Sectional time for girls.
That's coming up.
Yeah.
And let's have an honest assessment. The regular season is now over for the girls. A lot of improvement, I think, from the very first day right to the end. A lot of ups and downs and a lot of growing pains, but hopefully, and I kind of think so, that they are peaking at the right time.
And we've talked about this a lot. There's 6 teams in that sectional, and probably 4 of them have what I would consider a legitimate shot of winning.
Absolutely.
And any of those 4, I mean, unfortunately, for us or Hagerstown to win, they're going to still have to put 3 games together.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And that's just the way it's going to be. But it's wide open, and fan support's a big deal.
Yeah. So listen, if you're watching this right now, and this will probably drop on the day the sectional starts, I'm guessing, that's at Shenandoah. You can go down there and you can buy a season's tickets. I believe they're $12.
I think so.
Something $10 or $12. But go and you can buy them at the gate and show up for your team. These girls deserve your support. And I would not be surprised if next time we do this, we're talking about a sectional champion. That would not surprise us.
It wouldn't have surprised me at all.
Yeah, but you got to go out and play.
Yes.
You got to play your game. Those mistakes that we've made in the past, we got to be past those mistakes. You've seen the growth in this team. Ava Mikesell is a star in the making.
Yes.
There's no doubt about that. Addison Mastriano has that in her, that she can go out and put that game together. Okay, we got Marissa Cates out there as a potential shooting guard. Anna Drake has come in as a senior after taking a couple years off and really added some power to this team. So those are just some of the names, and you've got Cammie Angie, who comes in for some valuable minutes off the bench. Justice Slick, probably one of the more athletic players that we have out there. Any one of those players is capable of putting together a good game and carrying the team.
Well, the schedule on Tuesday is Hagerstown and Knightstown at 6 o'clock, and then Northeastern and Centerville will follow that. And then on Friday at 6 o'clock will be the winner of the Hagerstown-Knightstown playing Union County.
And that's going to be a tough matchup.
That'd be a
right
tough
there.
matchup. And then the winner of Centerville and Northeastern will play the host Shenandoah.
Okay, so if we're fortunate and we're not going to look ahead here, we're thinking the Knights should win that Centerville game.
Yep.
All right, but you never know. They got to come out and play their game. But looking forward to that Shenandoah. Those dreaded Shenandoah Raiders. They've had our number.
Yes, they have.
It's been sectional championship game last 2 years for the Knights and the Raiders, and the Raiders coming out on top. So we'll see what happens. All we believe, and I believe their coaches believe, Coach Mayo and Berger and Wright and the players, they all believe that they can take that sectional and they have a good shot at it.
Well, I hope to see everybody there. I know I'm going to be there at least Tuesday night, and so forth. So we'll see. Hopefully, we'll see a bunch of fans there.
Now, I'll be there, and I want you guys to hit the cheer block, head on down to Shenandoah. Stop by, what is that, Fired Up Pizza?
1,000-degree pizza.
1,000-degree pizza, and have some Fired Up Pizza. It's a famous joint right there on 36 as you head to Shenandoah. And, cheer on your Knights. Let's pack the house and give these girls all the support. If you fill up the cheer block, the energy it provides, you can talk to all the players, and you wouldn't imagine how much energy that gives the players.
Yep.
So,
well, all right. Well, good luck to the girls.
good luck to the girls, and hopefully, again, maybe next week we'll have something good to talk
Maybe
about.
we'll have some good positive stuff on that.
That would be great.
Boys basketball was still in the grind, as I call it.
Yeah.
We're getting ready to start that February grind.
Yeah, as we look towards sectionals for the
Yep.
boys, their sectional draw is February 20th, I believe. So that's about 3 weeks away.
Yep.
So there's a lot of basketball to play between now and then.
Now, they had a big win over Blue River the other day.
Yeah, Blue River's a tough team. They have some good players. They do a good job. They're a small school.
Yeah.
They're a 1A school, but they do a good job with their sports programs, and basketball is no exception to that.
And again, the boys, the press.
Yeah.
The
Defense.
press is killer.
I have to tell you this year, I have to say this, the Knights gave up, they gave up over 50 points to that Blue River squad.
Yep.
I can't imagine Coach Ross was pleased with that number, because he's used to 30,
Yep.
28, 32, and that's what they're looking for. Is that type of defense. That's their signature this year. The shooting has come around.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
You've got guys hitting three-pointers. You've got Raiden Faust is hitting some three-pointers. Wes Hunt, that's his game. He's going to do that. You've got tremendous defense. You got Ben Deitch and Mike Sell.
Yep.
Keaton Mikesell. We've seen Mikesell go 3 rows deep trying to find a ball. I mean, he's been playing tremendous defense.
Oh, I agree. I think that defensively the Knights might be playing as well as they've played all year.
Yeah, and I think, obviously you got Peyton Lumpkin. He's going to be that stalwart underneath the basket. And, and you're using your biggest guy, Raiden Faust, as a help. He's a help underneath the defense. You got Raiden who's taking care of that. Along with you got guys like Carson Terrell and Caleb Harmon will come in off the bench, to provide that role. But defense, and it is a scary thing. If you're going to drive against these guys, you're going to pay the price.
Well, it's not for the faint of heart in the paint.
Yeah.
And then tonight, we're playing Randolph Southern.
And we'll have that, by the time you hear that game would already have been played. We've got that on My Team Live. If you want to go to the, YouTube, you can see the replay on that.
Watch the replay of it.
Watch the replay. But there's another game that's been added to the schedule.
Well, this one was just announced yesterday. So on February the 5th, which would be Saturday, at noon, Tipton comes to town. And I'm telling you, I had Tipton earlier in the year, and they're as good of a ball club as we've played all year.
Well, this will be a good test for the Knights. They're looking for that competitive team. So far, a lot of these games recently have been blowouts.
Yep.
Okay, so they wanted that game that they could replace. They had a game that they could replace, and Tipton, they're coming here, so it's going to be a home game, and we'll have that on My Team Live,
Yes.
on the live stream. But what a get, honestly, to have that team come here.
Oh, I mean, it's big time coach.
Yeah.
I've known the coach for probably 40 some years, and he's a big time coach. I think he's over 500 wins.
Wow. Okay.
So, I mean, in high school basketball,
Brent's 200 wins pales in comparison to that.
And they're good, and they'll want to push the ball up and down the floor just like us, and play that full court trapping defense. So it should be an interesting game.
Oh, it'll be a great test for the Knights, and these are the types of games you want to play. You never know. I mean, they're probably a northern.
Yeah, they're in the northern part.
Northern part for the tournament.
Yeah.
And so you never know if you can meet up with them again, but you want to play these types of teams. You want to play good teams at this time of year, because you know what, sectionals are coming around, and you want to prepare for those right there. So
and that game would be on February the 5th at home, starting at noon, JV, and the varsity thereafter, probably 1:15, 1:30, and you can always catch all the action. On our Knights television network.
Yeah.
And Rick will be on the game, and we're not quite sure who will be joining him.
We'll have a mystery color commentary.
We'll have a mystery person with us, but we'll figure it out. I mean, it's when they add games like that, it sort of throws our schedules all off. So anyway, so that should be fun. Now, TEC and sectional wrestling has happened.
Oh, there's a lot going. I got a whole list of stuff going on here with wrestling, Jerry. Okay, so last weekend, let me just go over the results here. TEC wrestling happened at Union City, and I don't know if you had a chance to, but they live streamed that up at Union City, and they did a great job at it, because I did happen to catch some of that, and they did a fabulous job. So we had some success. Out of all the teams in the TEC, the Knights finished third, and they were only 8 points behind the second place team, which was Winchester.
Good, that's a good turn.
So Coach Corey Baker, he was very pleased with that. Here's some familiar names I'm going to tell you about. So you're going to hear some of the people who won in the TEC. You got freshman Heather Crawl. All right, there's a name we've come to know.
Yep.
She won in the 106-pound class. Jackson Ramsey, he's a senior. We all know Jackson. We've gotten to know him this year. He finished first in the 126 class. Sophomore Michael Henderson. Now there's another name you're going to hear. Okay. He finished first in the 220 class.
Wow.
Okay, 220 pounds. So those are getting into the big guys. So you got freshman Caleb Coley. He was second in the 195 class. And then you got freshman Zane Snyder. He was third place. I don't know what weight class. Corey didn't tell me, but he was third place in his weight class. So all in all, Coach Baker, Corey Baker, said he was very pleased with how the kids wrestled. He said it was phenomenal. So very good, kudos for those guys. So the TEC meet is a warm-up for sectionals.
Yes.
And as we sit here today, this is Saturday afternoon. As we sit here today, we have the results, and Corey was very pleased with the results.
Oh, I'm very pleased with the results. This is pretty good.
So we had, how it works in sectionals is the top 4 in each weight class move on to the regionals. And we had 8 wrestlers that are going to the regionals next week.
That's
so
good.
Congratulations to them.
Yes.
Let me tell you who they were, Jerry.
All righty.
All right, here's some familiar names. Heather Kroll. She number 1 at 106. Okay. Jackson Ramsey, he finished second at 126. Wesley Beckman, he was 4th at 120, so he moves on. Thane Berger, he was 3rd at 145. Congratulations to him. Michael Henderson, again, and he's only a sophomore.
Right.
All right, there's that name, Michael Henderson. We've heard it before. He was number 1 at 220. Caleb Cohey, he finished 3rd, so he's moving on at 195. Zane Schneider he finished 3rd in his weight class, and Calvin Berhalter was 3rd in the heavyweight division. So that's 8 wrestlers total. I don't know how many weight classes there are. Was it 14
I
or
think
16?
there's 16.
Yeah,
So 16, you'd have a possible 64 wrestlers
Yeah.
moving on, and we got 8, so that's an eighth.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
And I don't know, you can check with the school or check the Go Knights Athletics.com website to see where the regionals are. But kudos to you guys and girls.
Yep.
All right. Job well done. Wrestling's a lot of fun. We've learned a lot this year about wrestling.
Yes, we have.
As well as other things,
Yes.
but wrestling, and you know, I am absolutely looking forward to next year. We've talked about we're going to live stream all the wrestling events here at the school
Yeah.
if we can, and that's what we want to do. We really want to do that. So, but you know what? Wrestling's been a lot of fun. I've learned a lot. It's fun to learn the guys and the girls who are in their weight classes and the work that they put in. And let me tell you, they put in a lot of work, Jerry.
Well, there's a lot of work. There's a lot involved. I mean, any sport that we're playing out here, and you know, and even the last night the damsels did their show out there, and it was flawless.
Yeah, it was fabulous.
You
You know,
know?
the damsels in the band. So we had damsels, Tracy and Ashton Baker on a Knights of the Round Table. And by the way, their season starts next week.
Next week.
So they'll have their first competition. And they go to some far-off place like Avon or something like that, but they'll be, actually Anderson, I think.
Yeah,
is
it's
where their
Anderson's
first
where
one is.
they'll be
So
at.
it's
Yeah.
not that far. So if you get a chance, go on up there. But, you know, again, they came out last night during the girls' basketball game. They put on a performance. They were part of the national anthem. It's just a lot of fun when you do things like that. It's part of the event. You know,
Yeah.
you're not just going to a basketball game, you're going to an event.
Yes.
And we had the band here last night, and it was fabulous.
And that's what a lot of high schools lack. It's
Especially the smaller schools like us.
it's just a game.
Yeah. We're Northeastern's a small school. We're not a huge school.
And you got to make it an event.
You have to make it an event. And you know what? I can tell you the parents appreciate it. I appreciate it. The players love it. When you make
Yeah.
and when you put the pomp and the circumstance with that, they absolutely love it.
Speaking of pomp and circumstance, our cheer block.
Cheer block. Oh, Jerry, our cheer block. You know what? I don't know who's got the best cheer block around, but I'm thinking we do. What do you think?
We do. Oh my gosh.
Our cheer block, it's not just basketball. We've seen it in the fall sports, at volleyball. We've seen it
At wrestling the other day.
wrestling. They came out for the show.
Oh my gosh, they were on the wild side.
It was great. It was senior night wrestling. They were all filling up the cheer block. We saw football cheer blocks, you know, just packed to the hilt, and it's continued right on in here to basketball, boys and girls. And last night, and we've alluded to this before in our cheer block, last night that cheer block was on fire. And actually, we had ESPN was on the scene. It was a really fun thing they did.
Yeah, it was. We'll have a picture here in a little bit. We'll pop up and you can see what the cheer block did. It's quite funny. I mean, it's really good. It was really cool.
It was great. And I think, Jerry, we have a little video. We went down into the cheer block. We went into the mouth of the lion, you and I, okay? And we shot some video and we had these guys on. Let's look at that right now. We don't know what we're going to see here, okay?
What we might hear.
What we might hear, but here we are. We're going to bring that in here. So let's go to that.
All right.
And we'll be right back.
Sounds.
All right, we're over here by the cheer block. We're doing something different. So I'm here with Trace Ferris. Trace, you've been with the cheer block all season long. So what's the motivation here?
Motivation, really have a good time, just to energize the team and just the whole gym around us.
I notice we've been a little quiet tonight, though. What's going on? Big night last night with ESPN here in the house, though. Whose idea was that?
I mean, we got to give credit where credit's due. Centerville, it was their idea, but
I noticed that was stolen from Centerville, but you guys had a lot of fun with that.
oh yeah, it was really fun. We had a really good time with it. Going around interviewing people, it was a good time.
So we noticed in last night's girls' game, there was a lot of electricity in the house, and the cheer block was on fire. So hey, that's been great, but you guys have been doing that all year in all sports, haven't you?
Yeah, I couldn't do it in football because I was playing, but basketball, it's been a whole lot of fun just being here and having a good time.
I also noticed you did a lot in volleyball too. You guys were showing up. Everybody was there, so it's great. So hey, we want to commend. We do a lot in all our videos we do. We talk a lot about the cheer block. You guys are all doing a great job, and I want you to keep it up. So hey, how about a little noise, huh, guys? 1, 2, 3. Yay! There you go. Thanks, Chase, a lot. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Back to you guys upstairs.
Well, welcome back. That was.
Did we make it out alive?
Oh my gosh, we're here.
Yeah, we are here. So
Scathed, but
Yeah.
we are here.
you know, anybody can be part of the cheer block.
Oh,
you
yeah.
are a student, you get in for free. You go to any event here at the high school, you can come in. There's no charge. And they've done a great job filling up the cheer block. So,
Well, and, you know, and a lot of people laughed and scoffed that we were letting our students in for free, that how much money that was costing the athletic department. There's no amount of money that can make up for our students showing up to the games and supporting each other and so forth. I mean, to us, this has been nothing but an absolute win-win-win situation with our student body.
yeah, and it doesn't matter win or lose. They've been there for support. Again, I go back to volleyball.
Absolutely.
And, you know, all the basketball teams, they've been fabulous, Jerry. So they're, you know, my hat's off to the cheer block. And I've wanted to do a Knights of the Round Table with just some cheer block guys. I don't know if we're going to get to do that. I mean, a lot of them are camera shy.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think that the way they act, you know, out there,
Oh, they
how
are.
crazy they act. But, you know, you get them on, just put them on a camera like this, and sometimes they get a little shy.
Yeah, so that's they're not an Anna Drake or a Jill Burke.
And
You know.
Anna and Jill were great. If you
Oh.
haven't seen the replay of the
Lincoln.
game, get on YouTube, and if you do nothing else, go right to the end where we bring them up, and because they got the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, okay?
Coveted award. In fact, even the ESPN people came over and said, "Who we getting for the Reese Cup?"
Yeah, they were putting their
Yeah,
votes in.
they were putting their votes in.
And we agreed, all
Yeah,
right?
we agreed.
They agreed, and they said who they thought ought to get it, and I said, yeah, this is who we're going to give it to. And so it's nice to know we're in agreement. But, you know, hats off to the cheer block. They were great, and they've been great all year. And we're going to need them. You guys are listening to me. We're going to need you to continue to be great. Sectionals are coming.
Yep.
Then we'll have boys sectionals. And, hey, if the girls win the sectional, then they can move on to the regionals.
Yeah.
Then we'll all be traveling at that point.
Yep.
So, you
Yeah, that's
know,
a long haul to Southmont.
it is, but you know what? Gladly make that trip if that means you win the sectional.
Absolutely. Well, you know, another thing we want to do here is, I mean, it takes a lot. I mean, you don't think it does, but it takes a lot to put these productions on. You know, we're just two old guys.
Two old guys production. Emphasize two old guys.
You know, and Mr. Luby helps us out.
And he's done great.
And
I mean,
he's done great, and his wife on the camera, and your wife is helping us out here on the board and so forth. But I'm telling you, now this is a plea. I usually don't plea, but I'm pleading. If you have any interest in helping us with these Nightline shows or Knights of the Round Table or even our game productions and stuff like that, if you know how to edit, or if you just want to run a camera, you get into the game free. That's a positive.
Yeah.
You know, and we might even give you a drink too.
yeah.
You know,
or popcorn.
in our huge budget that we have. But we need some help.
You and I have been dreaming big.
Yes.
Okay, and we know we're just rank amateurs here, but we would like to up our quality
Yeah.
if we can, and we're trying to learn as we go. But if you have any experience or want to learn, if you're a gamer right now,
Yeah.
you know, we need you. If you're familiar with iMovie on the Mac,
Yep.
all right, that would be great. That would be very helpful. If you have any familiarity with YouTube and how to, you know, download on YouTube or do YouTube Live, because, you know, those are things that are going to come to play.
You know, these are things that that I spend an exuberant amount of time doing. And, a lot of times before I leave school, I'll hit upload. And when I come in the next morning, it's all uploaded. And then I go to the next step, and it just takes time. So if we had someone that could help, that would be great, because we put everything on a disc and then edit off of that. I mean, it's pretty simple, really.
Pretty simple, and if you have any ideas how to do that, looking forward, we'd love to do some junior high basketball games.
Yeah, absolutely.
And imagine if we could put a student team on that game.
That would be my goal, is to put a student team running for the middle school games.
Yeah, and you can you use all the same equipment that we use, and you get some experience, and you will find this is a lot of fun. Yep. Even if you're afraid to get in front of a camera, we're not experts. You and I, we're not experts in this, but it's just a lot of fun. So if you have any interest, you can see me or see Jerry or see Steve Luby, Mr. Luby, or see Jerry Kiesling, the athletic director, or just talk to somebody, because we could use the help, and we're thinking, the more people involved, the better we can be, and, do more things too. So that would be helpful.
Well, we've been about 30 minutes today.
Boy, time flies, doesn't it?
Time flies when you're having fun and when it's cold out.
And you like where we're doing it from here tonight.
We're good here today. It's just another spot that we've managed to throw up a camera and do something.
Simple as that.
So for Rick Fletcher, I'm Jerry Middleton, and it's been another good night.